It's so low for me.
You guys are probably thinking, I'd like to be a controllerist, or I'd like to bang on buttons and make cool sounds. Now, there may be some cool features in Tractor Pro that allow you to sound really good and keep yourself in time, like the quantize button. With the quantize button on, it's going to enable you to trigger drum loops and not screw up. But if you take quantize off, you can kind of get funky. But in order to be able to keep yourself in time, you need to train your ears and you need to train your timing. So to help us do that, I have a friend of mine here in the studio. His name is Ryan Lucero. He is a professional drummer. He's a session drummer for Sony recordings, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And Ryan has actually been working with me a little bit on improving my time. He has a couple exercises that I've learned, and I would like him to share them with you guys. So Ryan's going to take me through a little exercise tutorial. I'd like you guys to follow along, and hopefully we'll all get a little bit better in our time. So Ryan, what do I need to do to improve my button mashing?
The first thing I'd recommend is spending a fair amount of time practicing with a click track or a metronome. Like you see right here.
You've got one here. It's on your iPhone. It's a free app, and it's got all kinds of different tempos.
Exactly, yeah. You can just slide this guy around, practice at real slow tempos, like at 60.
I'd like to point out to people that they can also use the metronome inside of Tractor Pro. It's right here. You just need to go in the clock master, put it in internal, and turn on tick. And then you've got a metronome that clicks at whatever tempo you put in this window. So you may use that, or you might use a metronome on your iPhone or whatever else you've got. Now, why should we be using a metronome and not just playing some track in a deck?
A click track is totally unforgiving. It's a small space in time, so you can practice playing on the beat, ahead of the beat, or behind the beat.
Cool. So you can really hear your mistakes.
Yeah, and it's also easy to adjust the tempo. If you want to practice slow, you set your metronome to a slow tempo. If you want to practice fast, bring it on up.
Makes sense. So let's jump right in and start this little practice session.
So we're going to start here at 100, and I want you to start off just with some whole notes, which sound like this. 1, 2, 4, 1. And as you're playing, make sure you're relaxed and you're breathing. Counting out loud also helps a lot. Forces you to breathe at the same time.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
Great.
3, 4.
So now let's try some half notes, which sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now some quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Good. Eighth notes, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 16ths, 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and ready, go. Good. And now some triplets, which are swung, a little different feel. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, ready, go. Good. Now just two other variations I want to do. One would be, you can plug that in. Two other variations that I want to do, playing on the offbeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good. And lastly, quarter note triplets. Ready, go. And a 2 and a 3.
Wow, that one's pretty tough.
Yeah, you're kind of dancing around the beat on that guy.
Very cool. Now, what if we wanted to put those things together into one cohesive practice session?
Great. First of all, I mean, we're playing at 100 right now. I recommend doing this all across the grid, but we're going to start with some quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, 16ths.
And we're just going to keep going one into the other,
Yeah.
so we can get familiar with switching between them.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So let me show you how you go through that. In fact, do you want to go through with me?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll
you do one, then I do one, you do one, or you
let's
just
do it
wanna go
together,
through
and we're going to do 2 measures of each, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. Now I got eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3. Now triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and a 16th. Good. And so you repeat that over and over again.
Cool. Well, it sounds like I have a little bit of work to do on my 16th notes.
You sound great.
I've been practicing a little bit, and you should practice too, because it's going to really, really improve your timing. And as you practice more, you'll get better, and you'll want more. So we'll be doing more sessions like this and teaching people how to get the most out of their metronomes and their buttons and their software, and making all of us hopefully better musicians in the process.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for having me down.
Can't wait to have you back.
All right.